I want to talk cars, but I want to talk macro. I think of Peugeot. I think of driving from Paris to Tehran, stopping for spare parts a little bit along the way, early 70s. Tell me how your negotiations are going with your Iranian partner and what the opportunities are there.
Well, they are progressing. The first thing we have already decided is the selection of our partner for our premium brand, the DS automobile brand. This is now done, signed, and we are going to kick off this new partnership this month in Tehran. So for the premium brand, it's done. For the two other brands, Peugeot brand and Citroen, we still have ongoing discussions with several partners, and the outcome of this discussion is still open because those discussions are reasonably long. As you know, the French car companies are criticizing the Iranian society for the fact that they left the country during the international sanctions, and now it is quite a difficult process to bring it back to the market. But still, it's progressing, and we have several opportunities to make our final decision.
With your historical partner, could you be replaced by Renault?
That's something you need to ask our partner.
So it's an open discussion. You think they could go home with either dance partner?
It's open discussion, and we are considering all the scenarios.
When you look at the potential market in Iran, how big is it, and when can you start selling?
Well, we are going to start selling very soon because, as I told you, we are going to sell the DS premium cars in Iran very soon. And we should never forget that on the Iranian roads we have 6 million units in operation with the Peugeot badge. And we are committed to that market, and we are committed to those customers, not only to service their cars, but also to bring brand new technologies to the Iranian market and brand new products completely up-to-date with the last technologies. This is the reason why we believe that we will, of course, find the appropriate partner who is eager to benefit from all of this modernity.
Let's drive that Peugeot a little bit further east into China. Your goal for China and all of Southeast Asia, 1.5 million units by 2020. Are you backing away from that at all?
No, not at all. We consider that the growth of the Chinese market is going to happen for a very simple reason, is that the motorization rate of China is 1/5 or 1/6 of what it exists in other Western areas of the world, which means that the growth will continue, but we may accept that there are some bumps on the road, and what we are seeing right now, it's a bump. But ultimately, the growth will be back, and the motorization rate will continue to grow in China.
So China's a bump in the road. Describe Brazil.
Brazil, for me, is a more serious issue because we are talking about the fundamentals of the country in terms of competitiveness, in terms of stability, in terms of government stability. Therefore, we are concerned by Latin America, where, as you know, PSA has strong positions both in Brazil but also in Argentina. So we are eager to see some stabilization of this process, and we are eager to see a real economic policy that will give stability for the operators like ourselves to do our job.
As long as we're taking a global look at things, we'll bring it down to the U.S., where we have a Federal Reserve decision coming, potential rate hike on Thursday. What would that do for your auto sales?
Well, first of all, as you know, at this stage, at least PSA is not selling cars in North America, but we are selling cars around the world, in Europe, second car company in Europe, in China, in Latin America, and in Russia. What we expect is that whatever decision is taken, it should not destabilize the rest of the world economy. I think there is a point where it is normal, reasonable to recognize that the health of the U.S. economy has now reached a certain threshold, and from there some things should happen. But at the same time, we should expect that anything that would happen in that field for North America would not impact the rest of the world, because then, of course, the consequences may be much bigger.
Now, behind us, you have the 308. That's the GTI version. It's turning it around for us. You've done a bit of a turnaround at the company yourself. Describe for me where Peugeot is now, quickly, if you could.
Well, you know, 2 years ago, PSA was almost in bankruptcy. And in 2 years' time, thanks to a turnaround plan that we call Back in the Race plan, thanks to the commitment and the discipline, collective discipline of our people, we have almost finished this turnaround. And the first half results of 2015 demonstrate that we are generating significant free cash flow, we have no debt, and we are back in the black, which is great news for PSA.
Well, when the sanctions are lifted, we'll maybe take a GTI. We're going to do our own little road trip. We're going to go Paris to Tehran. We're going to kidnap Tom Keene on the way. We're going to make some great stops at a variety of tea shops.